Football League. Welcome to Seahawks Press Pass. Here's the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, Pete Carroll.
Well, getting ready for this week, we're looking at an opponent that's really been playing great football. They've been playing tough, and they've overcome a lot, and they've continued to get stronger. They've won tough, hard, close games, and they've got out ahead and been really active, taking the ball away from their opponents, and they're doing a lot of great things. And I know that they're fired up, and this kind of kicks us into the division section of the schedule, and it's no better way than to go against the best, and they're on top of it. So we're looking forward to this matchup. We're feeling a little healthier, and hopefully we can take advantage of that in some areas, and we'll see how it goes. But we know we're up against it.
Bobby Wagner, you said on Monday you hope to get back to practice today.
Practice today, yeah, and it'll be somewhat limited, and we'll find out how he handles it. But he's going today.
Any indications how Max is recovering? I know it's only a couple days, and he's probably not going to play.
It's only a couple days, yeah, and so he's making progress. He's kind of excited that it's starting to already change, and so we'll see what that means, but we don't know in long range.
What's your expectation on your new center being able to play right away?
Well, we'll have to find out today. We'll start the process today. Then we'll get out there and show us what he's retained a lot. We already know that. We've quizzed him pretty well. Now he's just got to get back to football playing, and that it just depends on how he handles it. So Patrick's ready to go, and he's played for us and jumped in a number of times now. So we'll see how Lem does, and we'll let those two guys compete it out and see how it goes. I'm open to him playing this week. I have no problem with that. It just depends how he feels about it.
At first blush, how Lem's shape, football shape, is he?
He looked good. We got a good feel for that yesterday, and he looks like he's ready to go. He's worked very hard to get back.
And his health is obviously not an issue anymore.
No, he's in great shape. He's past physical and with no signs. So we're very hopeful it'll be okay.
What did you like about Roberts?
Big tough guy. Played. We saw him play a lot of nose tackle in preseason, and at 324, that's a big old body, and he's played hard. Has really good recommendations from his coaches and the people that have worked with him in the past about his work ethic and all that, and his attitude. So we thought, it's a chance, and we're going to jump on and see if we can help us out inside a little bit, through the final stretch here.
What does Arizona do well?
They're really a tackle on defense. They are very aggressive. They're causing a lot of problems, and in that they're not allowing any rushing yardage. They're under 80 yards a game, which is really hard to do in this time of the year. That's one aspect of it. They cover very aggressively, very tight. They have really good corners to go along with it so that they can pressure and get away with their one-on-ones and their zero coverage blitzes that they throw at you. And so they make it real tough there. They're a committed run team. They've run the ball a lot, and not for a lot of yards, but they're really committed to continue to run it. And we admire that. That's part of the division, I guess. And Bruce is really he's holding up their end of it. They get after it. They've also been very committed to throw the ball down the field. You know, they've got really good receivers, and they've got a really fast guy in John Brown, and you can't get any better than Larry. And Michael Floyd is a big threat, we know. So they use those guys, and they're not at all hesitant with Stanton to go ahead and check it and see if they can get, make the big plays on you. So it's a nice mixture of attack kind of from both sides of the ball. And you can really feel their attitude.
What's the key getting to the quarterback? There's been 3 games this year where they haven't given up a sack and let offensive lines stop the run.
Yeah, they seem to have a really good sense for getting the ball out. They know where they want to go with it. The quarterbacks aren't looking around. Carson was the same way, and Drew they're very well coached. They know where they want to go, and their guys are good enough at getting open. They really are open when they need them, and the ball's out on rhythm. They're not running around with it. They're not scrambling and sitting in the pocket with the football at all. Even though they do work the ball downfield, so they take some deep drops and all, but it's coming out all the time on rhythm.
How much is depth a concern along the defensive line right now?
Well, maybe a little bit less today because we picked up another guy. But we're addressing the rotations here to try to maintain it if we can. We'll have to see how this week goes. I don't know how Trey's going to do, but we're just trying to maintain enough numbers so that we can keep moving our guys in and out.
How difficult has it been, just kind of overall, having to rotate so many guys in because of injury on seemingly on a continual basis?
Well, it's not any more difficult than this for anybody else. I mean, at this time of year, if we look around our division, our division is pretty well banged up. These guys have overcome some tremendous losses during the season. The 49ers have had a big number of guys have to go in and out of their lineups, and so we're all just dealing with it. It's really about the guys stepping up, to the opportunity more than what you lose. We're always looking at what the guy's going to give us and bring us, as opposed to what's leaving. So, is it hard? I don't know. You'd rather not have it. We had much better fortune last year, at this time. But we're at this point, we could start 10 guys that started on defense for us, early in the season. So that's about as good as we could hope for. We've missed Mebane, but it's still not a bad number. If Bobby gets out there and Max and those guys are all back out, then we're pretty fortunate in that regard. So there's an upside to it as well.
Like you, Arians had a point after Pittsburgh where he wasn't sure if he'd come back to the NFL. Knowing that and given what you've gone through after the does it make you admire what he's done even more?
Well, I've really admired, what Bruce has done, whether he was coordinating or not. He's been a really top-notch coach at the head of his game for a long time. I think he's perfectly suited to be a head coach in this league. He knows the league really well. He's got a great approach and a great mentality about him. And it's no surprise, I don't know how our division got so darn tough, but it just is. And I know that he has really added to it in quick fashion. It took him half the season to get going last year, and then they were ripping, and they were really hard to deal with. So, I love coaches, and I appreciate, any of their trials and tribulations to get where they get and to stick as long as they can, and guys that bounce back, it's a great challenge, and he's got great resolve. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and I think the message comes across loud and clear.
What was your evaluation of how Kevin Williams filled in at nose last week for you?
He did all right. He held up his own. The ball, was not at the point of attack where he could have been responsible to make some plays and didn't. He did okay, and he's a little green at it, because there was more scheme-wise than he's used to getting, 3 technique and a 5 technique. But he handled it well. He's a good square body in there and did all right.
When Seahawks Press Pass continues, we'll hear more from head coach Pete Carroll.
I did hear about the wall, just another deed well done.
Could fans drop wallets more often if they want to be?
That's a nice point.
Seahawks Press Pass is presented by Verizon. Stream more live games than ever before with NFL Mobile, exclusively from Verizon.